Hello guys, Otakuman here now. I'm back with a new video and guys, I'm very sorry if the let's say sound stop in a midway because apparently there is something wrong with my damn earphones. So yeah, and I cannot replace those because I tried to do many shit, but unfortunately that isn't working. So yeah, we're gonna do this. This is a what if story about Izuku. Now, what if Izuku was abandoned? It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire a little bit, so yeah, Izuku. What if Izuku was abandoned? Let's start our story. And the ship, there are four to five ships, so we don't need to worry about that. Ah, damn it! Wait. Sorry for a little inconvenient. You see, my skin was turning off a little while, so yeah, let's get on with it. Our story start when Izuku is 3 years old. Now, it's a year before Izuku gonna go to check his what his quirk was. In those 3 years, apparently, since Izuku was born, Izuku has many friends, and Izuku has one best friend. Apparently, her name was Momoyairozu, and Mr. Yairozu was such his best friend, and apparently, they both of the kids met each other at some point, and they become friends pretty quickly. Izuku in this timeline wasn't that let's say not that of a middle class, but he was somewhat of a rich. You can say somewhat. Not fully, he's not rich, but somewhat. And let's say, well, how does Imomo's dad know Izuku's dad? Let's say they were friends at some point. Yeah, let's say that. Now, in these 3 years, Izuku's life was pretty much the happiest kid on the earth right there. He has friends, family, and a loving family at that. But to unknowns to him, it was gonna change pretty soon. The moment he's gonna turn 4, or the moment he's gonna know he's quirkless, it's gonna happen. Now, a year passed by. Izuku and Momo's friendship were a little bit more deeper than usual. Let's say whenever they meet, they were both, let's say, they won't separate from each other mostly. And Izuku's case, Izuku never really mind any of this. Izuku just said, "Hey, I have a friend." Just because a little kid, he doesn't know he is getting to so something. Now you see, when little Momo first awakened her quirk, she saw Izuku her creation. You see, when she awakened her quirk, she learned how to make, let's say, some dolls. She make Izuku a doll you're seeing in the picture right now. As Izuku always kept the doll with him. As Izuku was happy, and Mom also created a doll for herself. As you see, they exchanged doll with each other. Yeah, they did exchange it. Momo gave Izuku's doll and Izuku gave Momo's doll. Those the thing that is. Izuku was pretty happy right there, but it was the fateful day when his life was about to change 180 full. It was the day when he's gonna know what his quirk is. As this moment, I take him to the quirk doctor, as it was not the same doctor as the anime. It was different. As this quirk doctor said, I'm sorry, kid, but unfortunately, you're quirkless. As the room atmosphere changed, Izuku's face having a shocked expression on his face. For Izuku's mom and dad, let's say their eyes were hidden by their hair, as you know the click scene where they are disappointed in something. As they just say thank you, doctor. As they pick up Izuku, as the doctor stated, I feel bad for that kid. I'm pretty sure, judging by the face of his parents, they are gonna neglect him or abandon him. I feel very sad knowing that a kid's future is gonna be ruined today. As the doctor just said, what can I do? As we see, Izuku's dad take him by the hand forcefully, as they just set him on the car. Then when they reach home, Izuku said, "Mom," as the moment he said this, as Inko stated, "You dumb child! Don't you dare to call me mom!" As she slapped Izuku literally. As Izuku said, "Mom," as his mom hit him again in the as his mom slapped him again, said, "Don't call me mom, didn't you hear?" As Izuku said, "Okay." Then we see Izuku looked at his dad, hopefully to see not receive the same treatment, but Izuku's dad said, you dumb motherfucker, you dumb little shit, it's all because of you, all these 3 years." As Hisashi said to Inko, these 3 year we just take care of a trash, a weakling that is not gonna give us anything in the future. Inko, what should I do? As Inko stated, I don't know, Hisashi, I don't know. As she both of them just look pissed off literally. As Izuku said, as Izuku not even said any single word, because the look could only tell Izuku that he is here for a lot of pain. In that year, let's say Izuku's life changed significantly. Izuku was banned from going to school after that point. Izuku just stayed at home. Izuku's father refused to give Izuku any money or any kind of treatment at him, as Izuku's mom would abuse him non-stop because Hisashi would abuse Inko most of the time when he would be drunk. And Inka could not take it. She would always, you can say, reveal her stress by beating up Izuku. The little 4-year-old kid doesn't know what he did. His only fault was to be born quirkless, being born without power. As the little Izuku's mentality change started slowly, as he said, in this world, power is everything. If you have power, you have everything. The little 4-year-old kid was suicidal literally. The little 4-year-old kid wanted to die, but he did not have the guts to. The little 4-year-old kid tried his hard to maintain his calm, but the little kid could only hope for his safety, and most of the time he would not even get to eat anything. As Izuku would always eat in the late at the night, because that is the only time when, let's say, his family doesn't notice him. But still, he would always get beat in the morning, because Inko would always find out that Izuku just eats something from the fridge at late night. Now, let's say another year passed by. Now Izuku was 6. You can say he was about to turn 6, literally. About to turn 6. It was very close to his birthday. We see Hisashi said, Inko, I got away. We're gonna try again and leave the city. As what about the brat? Inko stated, as you don't have to worry, I have already taken care of the brat. You don't worry, the brat is not gonna be here literally. As Hisashi just gave a dark chuckle and said, "Don't worry." As Inko felt a little bit of sad for Izuku, but she said, "Okay." Now we see Hisashi told Izuku, "Hey brat, get into the car." As Izuku pick up why, as Izuku stated, as Hisashi said, pick up anything you have. As Izuku went into his room and picked some clothes and other thing, and luckily Izuku did pick some few food, because he knew if he is hungry in the road, his mom and dad is not gonna buy him any shit. So he did to pick some food up from the fridge, as it was the emergency food that he had. It was lot of them, as Izuku having his even if the backpack was little, but it was still big enough to carry food for 1 month. No, Hisashi did not care what kind of bag he used, so Hisashi just said, "Get in bed, get into the car." As Hisashi started to we see driving toward the some place that Izuku did not recognize. Even if Izuku was 4 years old, he knew many places, but this place was different. Like, let's say he saw a few trees that just exactly look like the same, and he saw even his father few times was, you can say, driving around the forest in circles. So Izuku wondered what the fuck. As we see, Izuku noticed there was someone in the beside Hisashi's seat, as it was an unknown person, as the unknown person just had a sad face, as the unknown person just looked at Izuku and said, Hisashi, are you really gonna do this? As Hisashi said, yes, I'm certain. As we see that unknown person suddenly touched the car, and the car was involved in a little light. Izuku saw there were nothing but light and light. As Izuku saw they were in the forest, as this forest was different from before. And if you're wondering what Hisashi is doing, Hisashi is going to abandon Izuku in some kind of forest that he won't be able to return. And if you're wondering what forest is this, this is gonna be another shift that is gonna happen here. It's pretty much a harem, so it's a good thing. Now we see, after the light getting clear, they were in some kind of unknown forest. As Izuku saw, the forest was different from the previous one. The forest had literally big trees. And Izuku said, I don't remember any forest looking like this. Even if Izuku was a little kid, but he knew of the forest. Tollega. As Izuku just stated, this is pretty interesting. As Izuku said, as Izuku wanted to speak that, are we going into some picnic or something? As Hisashi was just driving in peace, nothing else. He didn't want it to ruin this peace or get beaten up right now. So Izuku decided to just stay quiet for now. As when they were in a few big distance, as we see, Hisashi just stopped the car in the mid jungle. As Hisashi get out, brat. As Izuku saw the sad face grow a little bit more, as the person that was sitting still in the car, he just stated, I feel sorry for you, kid. He just said it, he said it in a little whisper. As Izuku got out, as he was on his guard because he could already tell there was something bad is gonna happen to him today. As we see, Izuku got out of the car, as Hisashi just kicked Izuku with his little strength he had, making him go, you can say, fly a few feet away from the car. As he literally entered the car and started the engine, as he started to he started to literally move, or you can say drive. As Izuku just stated, I guess they abandoned me, huh? Izuku just looked at the car as it was going, as he saw the car just vanish from the spot, or he could only tell that it was that person's quirk. As he saw in the ground, there was a little letter, as it was said, I guess you don't know me, kid, but I am the person that was sitting on the car beside your father. And if you're wondering where are you, let's say you're in China, and you're in one of the jungle or forest of China, and you cannot literally get out if you even try to get out of the forest. This forest is known in China because there are few animals that could use their quirks here, and these animals are pretty dangerous for even heroes heroes of Japan and China, literally. And I'm sorry, kid, I had to do this, but it was a job. Now Izuku just read it and said, I guess I did a good job packing few food up. Now time skip. Time skip to a month. A month had already passed, as Izuku created a little makeshift house for himself. As he just, you can say, the house was not very good at all. He just made the house with hut and few leaves. The house was pretty warm from inside, but it was only the result of watching some survival TV shows. So Izuku was pretty happy with the development. He could survive for a month, but his food were all finished, Izuku happened to get into a little trouble. The trouble apparently was because being a little kid, he still could not hunt in the jungle properly. Izuku just, let's say, was in a little trouble, and he was, you can say, living on foods few days, and the foods were also not pretty much. The food were limited. Sometime he got food, sometime he didn't. Most of the days he would live on berries and water, but his water was also coming to an end. The water supply was at least enough for to make him survive, but still he need food. Now another month passed by. Izuku has started hunting. At first, if when Izuku hunt, he had to hunt a boar, and he had few cut marks, and let's say the boar wasn't easy for Izuku. The boar was pretty big. Actually, the boar was the size of a rhino, and Izuku just said, "Damn it." Let's say Izuku was nearly about to die, but Izuku pull himself up as a little survival instinct get in. Izuku's body felt strength as he was able to make himself stronger, and he did kill the boar. After killing the boar, he felt satisfaction and he had food for few days, but again the food weren't enough. He needed a water source. As he did found a river, as the river were not, let's say, at first he drink the river water, but the river water was not clean, and he had to apparently, let's say, clean the water with many means. It was nearly 6 months passed. Izuku was pretty much thin as a stick, what you can think of. You see, Izuku only hunt boar because the boar were the only thing that Izuku could hunt right now. Because of the massive size of the other animal, even damn bugs were height of some kind of trees, as Izuku felt fear literally. He knew Izuku is not gonna survive. Izuku knew he is not gonna survive mostly. It's just pure luck that he's surviving still. Now, another month passed by. Izuku's nearly dying out of hunger. This month, Izuku not really got food really. Izuku was just living in waters, and let's say he is not even getting fruits. The fruits apparently also got into the food were also in a higher end trees, and Izuku really couldn't get onto the trees because they were pretty much bigger, and apparently few man-eating birds were literally up there. He literally could not go there. Now Izuku was literally waiting for that death to come by, as Izuku really doesn't have any strength on his body right now. Izuku just remembering every part of his life, how he was treated badly. The 2 year how he was treated badly because not having a cork. As he remembered how his mom used to slap him every time his dad abused him at whatever chance he get. Izuku, let's say, at point, let's say, did do something bad with Izuku. Inko apparently what she did rape Izuku. Yeah, it's not like rape, but still rape is rape. She did do that, and Izuku's mind was pretty much broken, but he was still get to pull himself up. At that moment, let's say, a person suddenly came there as he just looked at Izuku and said, "Hey kid, are you okay?" As as Izuku saw the person, as the person was wearing some golden a crown or something. As this person was wearing some kind of crown that he did not recognize. As we see, Izuku said, Food. As the person said, food, huh? As this person gave Izuku some meat as he is feeding Izuku as Izuku just felt the bite of the meat as it was literally heavenly as after a long time he felt food. He was literally at the verge of dying as he was started to cough because he was started eating too fast as the person said. So eat slowly, little one. I know you're hungry, but still eat slowly. As the person gave Izuku a water pouch, as Izuku said, Thank you, mister." As the person said, you seem well educated. What are you doing here?" As Izuku said, I. As the person said, "No need to say. I have already know what happened to you. You were abandoned by your parents, huh?" As this person showed a little anger, he could feel the Izuku could feel little anger right now. Izuku could feel anger from him right now, as this person just, you can say, take his hand forward and place it upon Izuku's head and stated, "Don't worry. I know you were abandoned, but at least until you grow up, I'm gonna take care of you. How about it?" As this person just gave Izuku a kind smile. Izuku just looked at this person, could not believe what was happening as Izuku started to cry and said, "Thank you. Thank you. Even my mom did not, my real parents did not show me this kind of kindness." As we see, the person just said, "It's okay, little one." As this person picked Izuku on his arms as he stated, "Come on now." As we see this person start to fly and stated, "It's gonna be a little bumpy ride, but you're gonna be a powerful warrior like me. I decided you're gonna be my successor." This person stated, "I have two successors and you're gonna be not the true successor, but you're gonna be at least get the name." As he stated, "My name is Zhongli. I am an immortal emperor, king of the immortal realm, a cultivator, a martial cultivator." As Izuku said, "A martial cultivate." As Izuku literally just passed out as Wizongli stated. I guess little one was way too much tired, huh? As we see, when Izuku wake up, he felt very comfortable right now as he saw he was in some kind of unknown, old, very old Japanese style room. Not Japanese, but Chinese style, or when he reads some cultivator manga. Yes, he did read some cultivator manga. How? He doesn't fucking know, but he did. As Izuku just looked around as he saw there was a servant and said, "Oh, you're awake. I'm gonna tell Master Zong." As she went away, as after a few while Zong came out. Zong said, "Hello, little one. I guess you're awake. How are you feeling?" As Izuku said, Good." As Izuku looked around his body, as he saw there were no scratches or no scars around his body because that 6 months that he was there, literally scars were all around him. As this person said, "You see, this is the immortal realm, and you can say pretty much close to a heaven, but it's not heaven. Literally, heaven is the place of Jade Emperor, and I don't wanna see that nigga. Literally, that nigga is annoying." As Izuku said, "Jade Emperor, you mean he's real?" As of course, kid, that he's real. Even the Monkey King is real. As Izuku said, "Oh." Then Izuku said, "So, what you said about being a successor?" As this person said, "I mean, you're not gonna be my successor, but let's say you're gonna know my all techniques and power. I'm gonna even awake your Dante, so you can cultivate in my way." I was contemplating right now what to teach you. What kind of cultivation should I teach you? Immortal body cultivation, soul cultivation, or another few things. As Izuku, as the person said, let's see first. Let's first awake your Dante then, as he just pushed few of his QI into QI key or whatever you call it into Izuku. As Izuku felt suddenly warmed around his body, as Izuku said, "What is this?" As Zong said, "This is QI. Literally my life energy. You can say." As suddenly Zong said, you're pretty much have attribute for every martial cultivation we know." As we see Zong just looking at Izuku for a while, then he had a serious expression, then he stated, "I think I should give you that." As Zong gave Izuku a little scroll, as the scroll stated. As suddenly Izuku read the scroll, as the scroll stated, these are big words. I don't know how to read these." As this person said, "No worries, no worries. I'm gonna teach you everything I know and every education you need to know." As we see the person just read said, "Martial God Martial God Ashra cultivation." As Izuku said, "Martial God, yes. I'm gonna teach you immortal body cultivation. In this state, you're gonna be pretty much immortal. Even if you're shot by a nuclear weapon, you won't die. You will be able to regenerate. And also, I'm gonna teach you soul cultivation. So your soul is gonna be powerful as mine. So no one can touch your soul." As Izuku said, thank you." Now time skip. A year has passed by. In this year. Izuku has learned only immortal body cultivation and soul cultivation. Immortal body was pretty much easy for Izuku because he had to just increase his endurance of his body, and he did. And let's say how his training go. He was, you can say, literally hit by, damn, what should I say? He was literally hit by a hit of a damn meteoroid every single day. His body was nearly destroyed, killed. He was also killed at a point, but because being an immortal realm, he did not die. He felt the pain. It was pretty much unbearable at some point. But Zong did at least let him have rest. And Zong decided at least have a second, you can say, plan B. If his successors, one of his successor turn evil, he will let Izuku kill him. Zhang was pretty much impressed with Izuku's skills with immortal body cultivation. He was pretty much a punching bag, and he could take on All Might's punches, and let's say even he could literally take on Superman punches. Full power Superman, by the way. So after Zhang seeing his training was complete, Zhang and Izuku entered a dimension that Zhang created with his abilities or space abilities. As Zhang have many attributes, and he has decided to give Izuku his QI a little bit, and he's gonna learn spatial spatial key and many other different things. Izuku is gonna get the ultimate of Zong pretty much, and Zong, why is giving Izuku this? You see, Zong has two successors, and one of the successor has the light. One of the successor in the light path, and another one is in the dark path, and he's preparing Izuku because, let's say, he has saved Izuku. That's why he knows that Izuku is gonna be always loyal to him. So what he's planning is make if the person who has gone into the dark side, if any one of them has gone into the dark side, Izuku is gonna be the person that literally gonna be, and either one of them or both of them at the same time. So there won't be any created chaotic guards. As we see, a chamber was created. It was pretty much a world of pure whiteness, a world of flowers, as this was pretty much looked like Avalon. From Merlin, you can say, where Merlin lives in, it's pretty much like Avalon. Now Izuku said it is beautiful. Yes, I know. As then he stated, we are gonna pretty much go for thousands of year over here. We are gonna train for thousands of years. As Izuku said, thousands. As we suddenly see, Zhang said, "You don't worry. You can take the revenge from your family anytime you want, but just wait. This is not the right time." As time skip, I'm not gonna explain what they did this whole time. As we see, thousands years has already been passed for Izuku and Zhang's perspective. As Zhang said, I'm pretty impressed with Izuku's ability. He could cope up with everything I throw at him, and I could already tell if I did not choose my successor, I would choose Izuku for it. And he gave Izuku his crown. As he stated, this crown has many abilities. It will protect you from illusions, any kind of illusion in the world, even the quirks that you speak of. Now in this 100 year, let's say Izuku did get out of that white world, and he did make few friends in the immortal realm, and especially he did make a friend with a person, and we're gonna see her right now. Her name was Yuki Senju. Yes, I am not good with names, so Yuki Senju, deal with it. She is a local deity, literally. Not a deity, but she is somewhat of a doctor, a miracle doctor, if you precisely. She was the one who mostly fixed Izuku, and let's say both of their relationship is apparently pretty good, and they never had any intimate relationship with each other yet. But let's say his training was literally when the in this 100 years, literally 100,000 years, 1,100 year, oh, the both are the same. He literally got out of that time, you can say, the space where time does not literally matters, that place to this place. He and she met it a few times, and they had a little bit, 2 or 3 much intimate moment with each other, and it was pretty good, I would say. The intimate moment between them is pretty much was always, you can say, always cancelled by Izuku's master, and Izuku would always get daggers at his master and said, "This motherfucker just ruined he just literally cock blocked me." As let's say, Yuki also felt a little bit anger toward Izuku's master, but she could not do anything because that person is Izuku's master. If literally that person was not Izuku's master, she wouldn't even give a fuck, literally. And let's say Yuki has also decided to go with Izuku, and she has you can say take resign from a job as a medical doctor and pass it down to her sister, big sister apparently. As a big sister was also trained by her, so it wasn't a no big deal. She was actually part of the Senju clan in the Immortal Realm, and she was the golden child of that golden child, or you can say the miracle child. That's why her name was the miracle doctor. Literally could fix any wound, anything in the world, and she isn't literally weak, by the way. She also knows some few cultivation technique or martial arts, so she can protect herself. She can even use QI at many different things. Let's say she even has strength, even comparable to Tsunade at point when she was little. But now the strength has grown into many things, and she could even lift up a dam. She can even lift up a damn universe, literally. So you can already guess how powerful she is. She can even punch you into the cosmos, literally. and she can also gave you the pure hell on itself just by looking at her. And she doesn't literally give anything about Izuku. She literally adore Izuku, and she knows Izuku's life, what happened, and she feel pretty sad. And let's say the relationship did bloom a little bit, and let's say one time after his thousands years of training finish, for the outside world it was pretty much 14 years. Yes, by the way, for if you heard that, not no, wait. For the outside world it pretty much 10 years, and for the mortal world it was pretty much like, let's say, time doesn't really work on that place very well, as Izuku is only, damn, he is now 50, but you can say Izuku is gonna return to UA. Izuku is gonna return to the mortal world when he's gonna 60, so yeah. We see Izuku getting out of that space, and Izuku looks different after a few while. Izuku look different now. Izuku look like someone who can take on literally the world right now, as Izuku has a proud smile on his face as she just literally ran toward Izuku and gave him a passionate kiss, as that kiss was pretty much intimidated. As Izuku's master got a little jealous and stated, "Damn you, I am still single, and you just got into the immortal world. It haven't even passed few years and you already got a person that loves you with loves you with her all her heart. Damn, I'm jealous." As Izuku said, don't be jealous, Sensei. You're gonna also get a loved one someday. You know, I'm already millennia old, and I don't even get anyone. But you, this damn brat is teasing me. As Izuku-sensei had some anime tears and stated, "You all are mean." As we see, in Izuku's hand suddenly a staff appeared. As Izuku said, "I guess it's time to return to the mortal world, isn't it, Sensei?" As Izuku-sensei said, "Are you ready, my boy, to become something that the world will fear?" As Izuku said, "I am ready, Sensei, and I have already. And don't worry, if one of your successors turn evil, I will be the one to destroy. I will be the one to kill one of them." As his sensei said, "Yes, Izuku, yes." As he said, "Before I go away, Izuku, you know I never had a son, but because having you all this year being trained by me personally, it feels like having a son for the first time, and I feel happy. And because of that, I want to give you something, Izuku." As he just flickered Izuku's forehead, and a lotus mark appeared, a lotus tattoo, by the way. As he stated, "This is my gift for you. Use it wisely." As Izuku just already felt what he gave. As Izuku said, "Thank you, master. Thank you." As we see, his master said, "Now I guess it's time to pass down, hey? Remember, Izuku, if one of my successors become evil, it's your job to kill either them or they are gonna kill you." As Izuku said, "Yes, I know." As we see, Izuku's master said, "I guess I'm gonna pass on easily now. Bye bye." As Izuku's sunset disappeared, Izuku had a little tear, as so is Izuku's girlfriend. As Izuku said to Yuki, so Yuki, wanna go to the motor room?" As Yuki stated, "Nah, I still have few jobs here. I'm gonna come to you when the time is right. How about it?" Izuku said, "Okay, whatever you wish for." As before Izuku said, "I gotta do something before I go." "What?" As Izuku took her by the bridal style and stated, "Have a little fun, should we?" As Izuku and they disappear in a flower puddle, as the place had flowers right there. You know, the flower that Merlin uses. As we see, Izuku and her went into a place. It was pretty much Avalon. As we see, Izuku and Yuki appear in some kind of a different world filled with flowers and beautiful sceneries. As Yuki said, "What is this?" "This is, I call, Avalon, or the Garden of Babylonia." As Yuki said, "That's a beautiful name, Izuku. Beautiful name." As they both stared at each other for a while, stared at each other as they leaned in both as they did a little makeout session with each other. As we see, they both teleported into the tower you see behind Izuku as they become little intimate literally over there, as they had everything over there a person could need. It was pretty much a mini heaven literally. If anyone could wish anything over there, even food, anything you think of. Izuku is already so powerful he can take on all for one with his damn thing with his lickens without looking or being serious at all. He could also take all might being playful and all. As we see now guys, I'm not gonna continue this that much, but it is gonna be a little bit of like a one shot. What would happen if Izuku was abandoned? So I guess it's gonna be a two shot. So next part is gonna be pretty much finished. Bye bye.